Welcome back to Third Eye View. We are here with our experts, our mediums, Owen and Kristina, and our special audience member, Rick. Now, mediums. So mediums, Rick, mediums. So I think we're going to start off, if it's okay with you, Owen, with Kristina. So Kristina, can you tell me a little bit about how you're going to work with Rick? So you mentioned psychometry. So do you need an item or something like that, or how does that work?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I did a very short reading before we came on camera. And so Rick,
for time,
yes,
we did the holding of the item already.
This pocket knife. And what I usually do is just ask if the person purchased it themselves or if it was a gift.
Oh, is there a difference if they was gifted?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so because, for example, if a woman gave me her wedding rings, the spouse would speak through the rings because their intention in choosing the object, the gift or the object, could be into the object as well.
Do you also ask who the item is, if it's not Rick's or if it's somebody else's?
Yes, just a minimal history. I don't need the story. I just need to know, if it was a grandmother's ring or aunt's ring or that type of thing. Yeah.
All right.
And occasionally there are purchases from antique stores, and then we have
lots of energy. And we don't know where it came from.
Where it is.
Okay, so when you were holding the item, can you share what came through for you?
Sure. I usually ask the sitter to say their name. That's another way that I connect. And I hold the object and I just focus on it and Rick, and whatever comes into my mind is what I write down. So this was very quick. Usually a mini reading for me is about 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
You can go on from there.
Yeah.
So what I started with is a strong, gentle soul, loving of nature, a true soul supporter to all. Know yourself, all things good. Trust in yourself to guide, to provide the knowledge needed for future generations to live in harmony with the earth. Praise to you, the gentle shepherd soul. So many look up to you. You guide them with love, paths intertwined through all lifetimes and lifelines. Know you have skills gained over the years that are important to others. Please share them for the betterment of all.
Wow, it's almost poetic in a way.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and quite often lines will rhyme.
Okay.
Sometimes more so than others, and often it is there's some antiquated kind of phraseology, and I just trust that what I get is what I need to write down.
You put down.
I don't edit or leave anything out.
Yeah, it's important, kind of similar to what Owen was saying earlier. You just give what you get. And does it typically flow out all at once, a word at a time?
Oh, it comes fast.
Oh, okay.
So
you gotta be fast.
You can see this is really messy writing. So yeah, it comes.
Oh, it's not
very
that bad.
quick.
I've seen worse.
It comes very quickly. Yes.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And is this typically, you're saying a 15-minute session? Do you have pages of writing in that time frame, or?
15 minutes would be about a page, and then we would go through this line by line. I would ask Rick, does any of this twig with you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then we would go through, and I'd again go through the first section, strong, gentle soul, loving of nature, and a supporter to all. And I see that in maybe like a teacher form or some sort of
it sounds like a leadership the way you were saying it, a shepherd, and that kind of thing.
Yes.
So we won't get in too much detail because we do have our other medium here as well.
Yes.
We don't want to give too much away right now.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Kristina.
Welcome.
That was wonderful.
You're welcome.
So shooting things over to you, Owen. Yes, thank you. How is it that you typically connect? I see that you have a deck of cards here. Is that something that you start off, or?
They're my safety net when I'm nervous.
You don't be nervous.
I start off by calming my mind and then doing a bit of just an exercise to invite spirit in, invite spirit world in, and be with them and sit with them.
Right.
Figuratively in my mind. And then I'll start shuffling the cards
and seeing about connecting that way. Yeah. So for audience members at home, for Rick the sitter here, is there anything that you would suggest for him to do while you're connecting, or for people getting a reading?
Yeah, quite often people will come in and be, I think that they need to be closed down. So
I've seen that. We've all seen that come in the room.
Prove it to me. And that's entirely your choice. If you wish to do that, by all means do it. But to get, I think the most out of your reading,
The most
because
benefit.
you're paying the money, is at the same time as you're not giving anything away, you're also suggest putting yourself into a frame of mind where I'm going to say suspend disbelief just for this moment, and let whatever comes out come out, and then I'll think about it and make up my mind later. So it's to be as searching for the word.
No, but I loved how you said
to it.
suspend disbelief.
Yes.
Right? Just for that moment, like pin it on the corkboard over there. We'll get back to it later, and just be open and connect. So
and as well, be open to how the people in spirit will be talking or sending a message, what have you, communicating. Because another thing that people do is they think, okay, if you're going to connect with my mother, if this person's going to connect with my mother, then they'll sit and wait for something that they've either made a pre-agreement with before mom died, or they'll go, if she's not sitting in a rocking chair, then it can't be my mom.
then it's not her.
It's
so
not my mom. Never mind
it's
that
this
hair
and
was
only
right.
this.
Never mind that
You had
she wore
everything
lipstick.
right.
Can't be her. That type of thing. So, and then quite often, if I do see mom in lipstick and she's not wearing it, and mom is not to be wearing it through her lifetime, then for me that lipstick is a symbol.
Right.
It's a sign. It's saying put your best foot forward, put your best makeup on, or what have you, to get through the next situation.
So it's a message, right?
That's a message.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, without further ado, is there anything coming through you with the cards, or when you're connecting with Rick?
Okay.
He's waiting so patiently. Sorry, we are curious over here.
So there was something coming through, and as I did my warm up, or some butting in, and generally when I do that, sometimes it's before a reading or after, or during, and so it's very important as well for mediums, for those who are learning that. One thing we have to do is we have to do what I call clearing the pipeline.
Yes.
So if something comes in and I'm getting like, for instance, I feel I have a woman in spirit here who may have been 5 foot in spirit. She's showing me with her gray hair, and so I'm saying that. Can you pick 3 cards?
Yes.
Okay. And just give them back to me. Keep them face down.
Yes.
So I feel with her that there's a love of music. I almost want to sing and join a choir here. When she was serious, she was very serious, and that I'm sort of getting a bit of my parents as I saw them with my grandchildren, or that I didn't see when I spoke out of turn, or when I said something that was shady or sort of funny, but it was adult funny rather than child funny, is I would get a stern look. However, what I wouldn't see is the twinkle in the eye, but hey, that was really cool what he said, but it was just age inappropriate.
I feel like I see that twinkle right now.
So I feel with her that there was a lot of that, but at the same time, she was very serious. If you didn't catch on to the seriousness, it would escalate. She would give you more signs and more warnings. She wants to point out that humor was all in good fun, that her type of humor wasn't one that put people down or sarcastic. It was, go with the moment, give something in the moment. Just holding back on some regret. There's something that I'm not sure if it has to do with words or somewhat of a life choice. There was a life choice made, and it didn't go the way she wanted. And I feel there was times that came out in her later years. That became more of a concern, more of a should have gone this way. I should have gone this way. I should have gone this way. So much would have happened. So much would have been different.
Yes.
Would that have been related to your education?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. That's what she's putting it towards. There's some decision there or some life choice there. Okay, sorry, when their energy comes in,
Yeah.
it gets really emotional, and so I work through it. With this as well, she's got regrets. She wants to put those regrets out there.
Thank you so much for that wonderful reading, Owen. That was wonderful. Now, Rick, is there anything from the two readings, the two very different but very unique styles of reading, that really connected with you? For example, Kristina's. Is there something that resonated?
Yeah, Kristina got most of that right on. That knife's been around for 40 years. I bought it because I wanted the pliers.
Oh.
I like fixing things. In fact, I fix things all the time. And you did very well. You've got pretty much everything.
Great.
My job entailed that knife, and everything that I ever do, I carry it all the time. So.
And there was a big leadership piece too. So
Well,
does that connect with what you did with
When
them
I
for a
retired,
living?
I
Or?
retired as a platoon chief in fire
Oh,
services.
chief, leader. Okay.
And that hit that right on.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
and I enjoyed my job, but that entailed a lot of different tools. So, anyway,
Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Wonderful.
You're welcome.
that was good.
And with
Now,
Owen's
Owen,
reading.
You got dear old mom. She tried her hardest to, do the right thing, but there was 5 of us, and
Understand that?
so I thank you.
You're welcome.
You're very good at this.
Thank you.
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you, Rick, for being
you.
here. And
Thank
thank
you,
you,
Owen.
Owen and
Thank you,
Kristina.
Kristina.
This was wonderful. If you have any further questions for our mediums or about mediumship, feel free to comment on this video or send us an email. Be sure to subscribe to our Third Eye View YouTube channel and check us out on Facebook. And as always, you can connect with us through Kawartha Mediums as well.